From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Monday morning. We're seeing some light snow showers this morning up in the Cascades and also in the Blues and elevations above 3,000 feet. Later today, snow levels are going to raise up to around 3,500 feet. We are seeing some patchy areas of fog in the lower Columbia Basin, also in the Yakima Valley, and of course, as you would expect, up in the Cascades. So in those areas, if you're going to hit the roadways this morning, take it slow and use the low beams. On to temperatures as they are cold. We're in the mid-30s in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. We're in the mid-30s to low 40s in the lower Columbia Basin, a little bit warmer in the Blue foothills as we're in the low to mid-40s. But all of us need a jacket for this morning as you're headed out the front door. Here's the bottom line for the forecast. Showers today mainly in the foothills and mountains. It's going to be essentially the same forecast into Tuesday. Much drier for Wednesday and beyond, turning colder into Thanksgiving Day and beyond. So I'll tell you what travel is looking like, travel outside of the region and travel within the region as we head closer and closer to the holiday. And that's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, police are looking for a suspect who was charging concert goers to park at the Toyota Center. But KPD says he didn't even work there. We have what to do if you fell prey to this over the weekend. And a plane makes an emergency landing in Oregon over the weekend after a mechanical issue. We have the details. Also ahead, it is Thanksgiving week and local students are helping give back to families in need. Riley Fitzgerald with that story. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Monday, November 25th. Happy Monday. We're going to start your top stories off with crime alerts. Now, the Kennewick Police Department is asking the public to contact them if they were charged for parking while attending a concert on Saturday at the Toyota Center. Officers were alerted of two people charging concert goers for parking across the street in a gravel lot when they shouldn't have been. Officers arrested Denixon Duarte Davia at the scene, and KPD says Davia and another person were not working the event, nor are they employees of the Toyota Center. They're still looking for the second person. Call KPD if you know anything. The College Place Police Department is asking for the public's help in finding the person responsible for a possible burglary at Costless Carpet. It happened Friday morning on the 800 block of Northeast Rose Street. Investigators say the glass of the front door was smashed and inside there were other damages and signs of a burglary. A safe with thousands of dollars inside was also taken from the store. If you have any information, contact College Place PD. Four Washington State Patrol troopers escaped serious injuries after their cars were hit by suspected DUI drivers. All four crashes happened Saturday night into Sunday morning in King County. The first crash involved a trooper trying to stop a car from going into an intersection. The driver was passed out behind the wheel and hit the patrol car. Two other patrol cars were hit while the troopers had stopped for a hit-and-run crash, and authorities say the person was also driving under the influence. While a third trooper was on their way to the scene of this crash, authorities say they were also hit by a person driving under the influence. Now, all three drivers were arrested on suspicion of DUI. In Oregon this morning, a small plane makes an emergency landing in Oregon after a mechanical issue. Now, this happened in Union County in the eastern part of the state on Saturday. The pilot ran into trouble at 21,000 feet as he was flying from Seattle to Texas. He landed his plane on a road, examined it to see if there was any damage, and then took off and launched a short time later at Union County Airport. An investigation is underway to determine what caused the mechanical issue. Now, severe weather has been battering the states of Oregon and Washington, and one University of Washington student is thankful to be alive after he walked away after a tree fell onto his car. Bridget Chavez reports the student was trapped inside as first responders worked to free him.
I can't even believe I walked away from that.
And without a scratch.
In fact, these are the same glasses I was wearing.
Tyson Ramirez was driving home Tuesday night when this tree was uprooted and fell right on top of his car.
I kind of just slumped back in my chair, or in my seat a little bit, bracing for impact, and sure enough, the tree crashed. I tried to open my driver's side door, no use. The tree was totally horizontal on my car, pinning both the driver's side and the passenger side door, and I was stuck.
Ramirez says bystanders came over to check on him and called 911. One of them even took photos for him while they waited for help to arrive.
She said, well, do you want me to take your picture? Because, and her reasoning, she said, well, you might never get to see this angle again. So at first it threw me off, but then she was right. It was really a lot of shock, but also even in the moment, even as I was trapped, a bit of gratefulness.
Ramirez says he was pinned in the car for about 90 minutes before firefighters were able to get him to safety where his parents were waiting.
And once I was pulled out, I gave them the tightest hug. I was so thankful to go home that night.
His mom grateful her son walked away unscathed.
I like happy endings.
Heck, everybody was okay.
A giant hole in crime tape have replaced the giant tree that fell on Ramirez's car. He says he still can't believe it happened.
You see it in TV shows, you see it in movies, but you never expect this to happen in real life.
Calling it nothing short of a miracle.
Whether it be angels, whether it be God, the amazing firefighters at Squad 31, I was really blessed that night.
And since the storm, as of last night, power has been restored to about 97% of Puget Sound Energy customers. And officials say the storm caused one of the largest outages in recent years. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, power outages, as we were just talking about, have been popping up throughout the state, and the University of Washington is warning people about health risks when this happens. We go over them after the break. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Hit by a big truck? I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
The fridge is broken. How are we going to replace it before the holidays?
Swing into Fred's Appliance today for our Black Friday Super Sale and experience unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region. Welcome to the future of refrigeration with the LG Craft Ice Refrigerator. For $17.99 after a $100 mail-in rebate, elevate your kitchen in style. The LG Craft Ice Refrigerator combines elegance and functionality for today's lifestyle. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
Welcome to Chris's Recovery Shop.
Is your boat upholstery starting to look worn or has tears? From tops to seats to panels, we have you covered. Do you own a business and need repairs to seats or furniture? From agricultural to restaurant, we have you covered. Got a classic car that needs a little interior TLC? From seats to armrests and panels, we have you covered here too.
Chris's Recovery Shop in Yakima,
where we keep a good thing going.
Thank you for making Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest and ABC's Good Morning America the most watched morning news on local TV.
Thank you so much.
What's new, what's now, and what's next? Plus first alert weather every 10 minutes. Wake up with Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Hit by a big truck? I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
It's a night you don't want to miss.
Who will win it all on the finale of Dancing with the Stars?
Bravo! 5 couples remain.
Watch and vote live.
This is how you do it.
The Dancing with the Stars finale, live Tuesday.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
From Apple Valley News Now, first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's take you on a little bit of a tour of our mountain passes for this morning. We start off on I-90 at Snoqualmie Pass. It's a little slushy here. Traction tires are advised, but traction tires are required at US 12 at White Pass as there is packed snow. So be careful on that stretch of highway in Yakima County. And then we'll take it over to the Blue Mountains. It's not looking too bad right now for Meacham or for Cabbage Hill, but at Tollgate on Oregon 204, packed snow, and it is required that you carry chains. Let's take it back down to lower elevations for today. Here's your day planner. By 8 this morning, temperatures in the 30s and 40s. By lunchtime, up into the 40s across the board, and then by 4 p.m. still into the 40s. We'll have pretty small shower chances today for the basin and valleys, a better chance for showers in the foothills and also up into the mountains. So in general, today is going to be seasonal. We'll have highs in the 40s. It's going to be partly cloudy, it's going to be mostly cloudy to overcast skies in general. Now let's do a little bit of a whip around of our travel forecast over the next few days. If you plan on going to Seattle or Portland or Spokane, you can see in Seattle highs in the 40s, little shower chances for Tuesday and Wednesday, much better chance of rainfall for today. And then in Portland, 40s and 50s, looks like there's going to be quite a bit of fog there, and kind of the same thing with rain chances. Better rain chances for Monday as opposed to Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll take it across the state to Spokane as these highs going to be in the low to mid 40s, and also just some smaller shower chances for Monday as opposed to the other two locations we showed you. But I'll show you what to expect for the holiday if you're going to hang around these neck of the woods. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In your health news this morning, the University of Washington Medicine is warning about health risks that can happen during power outages. When the power goes out, people use generators, which creates a threat of carbon monoxide poisoning. The medical director of emergency services at Harborview Medical Center says bringing outside heating sources inside is dangerous.
People bring kind of external heat sources and stoves and fires into their home. And when that happens, it releases toxic gas in the home that can cause some pretty significant health effects. It's like a odorless gas that can kill you. And so, people generally with mild carbon monoxide poisoning will have headaches, kind of foggy thinking, generalized fatigue.
He advises installing carbon monoxide alarms in your home because they could save your life. Also, call 911 if you have any of the symptoms. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, it is Thanksgiving week and local students are helping give back to families in need. Riley Fitzgerald has that story in just a few minutes.
Hey babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE?
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes?
Dad, 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks. Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month, no trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular.
Our business is changing lives through the power of work. I work out here to help customers with donations, greet them and thank them, and that's what I do. I got 2 Spirit Awards of recognitions. When I retire here, I will say goodbye to the store and they will honor me probably and might put a nice plaque on the wall that I worked for many years. I like it here. I'm in a better place at Goodwill. I really like the administration here, so that's excellent for me.
Goodwill. Donate, shop, impact locally.
It's not easy being Mariano Morales' horse. He needs to ride to clients all the time. He does take care of him. He gets the insurance company to pay for medical bills, car repairs, even money for pain and suffering. Looks like it's going to be another busy day. Better get warmed up. After all, I am his best friend.
Hurt in a car wreck? Give me a call.
Big or small, we work them all.
I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
And Doug.
Whoa, Limu, we're in a parade. Everyone, customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save!
And then I wake up.
And you have the stream every night?
Yeah, every night.
I see.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Welcome to Nissan. Are you interested in
test drive?
Absolutely. There's the all-new Kicks, the new V6-powered Frontier, and the Nissan Rogue. Consumer Guide's Best Buy 10 years in a row.
Finished with all your holiday shopping?
We are now. Hurry in to the Nissan year-end sales event. Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months or get a low $299 per month lease on Rogue.
U.S. Cellular has the incredible new iPhone 16 Pro.
The first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence.
Spread the word.
And don't forget camera control. It'll blow you away.
Get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Baltimore battles the LA Chargers Monday Night Football tonight. Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a seasonal day with highs mostly in the 40s. Winds should be mostly light, although they could gust out of the south and southeast upwards of 20 to 25 miles per hour in the Blue Mountains. And then for tonight, it's going to be cold, folks. Overnight lows dropping down into the 20s and 30s. So I'm thinking in the basin and in the valleys, that's probably where you'll have to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. All right, now let's show you, well, first of all, the radar for this morning. Let's just touch base with that as we do have some of these light showers in the Blues, also up in the Cascades. Snow levels around 3,000 feet for this morning, raising up to 3,500 feet a little bit later in the day. So we'll show you that with Futurecast. You can see by lunchtime, I think this really paints a good picture of where we're going to see the best coverage of showers for today. It's going to be in the foothills and in the mountains. Should be mostly dry for the valleys and basin. And then as we head into the evening, it does get a little bit more interesting as some of this could become a bit more widespread, specifically for the lower Columbia Basin, into the Blue Foothills, and also for the Blue Mountains. Snow levels at this point dropping all the way down to around 2,000 feet. More on that in a second. But into tomorrow, it's going to be the same setup, maybe just a little bit drier overall. But again, in the mountains and in the foothills, that's where we'll see the best coverage of wet weather. Here's some of the water totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours. Not very impressive at all. Anywhere between 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of water for the mountains, also for the foothills, but less than 1/10 of an inch of water for the valleys and for the basin. Snow levels bouncing between 2,000 to 3,500 feet over the next 48 hours. So in terms of snowfall totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours, maybe just a couple inches for our Cascade Passes, less than an inch for Battle Mountain Summit and Cabbage Hill in the Blues, but 4 to 6 inches at Tollgate on Oregon 204. So that's probably right about there is where we would see the biggest impacts. All right, so again, about 30 to 40% area-wide shower chances for Monday and Tuesday. After that, looking much drier in Thanksgiving Day. Also looking colder as we'll be about 5 degrees below average by Thanksgiving Day, maybe about 5 to 10 degrees below average into this weekend. So overall, trending drier and trending colder. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small shower chances Monday and Tuesday, dry past Wednesday and turning colder by Thanksgiving, which is also Thursday, obviously. Yakima, maybe a shower for Monday, but dry for Tuesday and beyond, with highs hovering around 40 for Thursday through Sunday. Then in Ellensburg, a shower is possible for Monday, dry past Tuesday, with highs struggling to make it out of the 30s for Thursday and beyond. Then for Hermiston, small chances for wet weather today and tomorrow, dry for Wednesday and beyond, with colder temps for Turkey Day. Then for Walla Walla, roughly 50-50 shower chances Monday and Tuesday, dry for Thanksgiving, maybe a flurry for Black Friday morning.
Thank you, Josh. Now, as we get deeper into the colder weather months, the Benton Franklin Health Department, along with local partners, announces the opening of several warming centers throughout the region. Now, warming centers are generally open during the day for people to come inside and get warm, and they're usually open during regular business hours. One way to find warming shelters in your area is to call the number 211. It's a free and confidential call, and they can connect you with a lot of different community services like warming centers. And you can find that full list up on our website. And reminder to stay with us for continuing coverage on your weather updates. Just head to applevalleynewsnow.com. We have the latest road and school closures, live radar, weather blogs, and of course the updated forecast. And you can also download our app for instant coverage right on your phone. Making a difference now, it's the season of giving, and students from the Richland School District are giving back to the community by preparing meals for families in need. The Community-Based Transition Center hosted its annual RSD Turkey Drive, and there are nearly 200 families they're helping. Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald says the students worked hard to make sure all the turkeys and baskets were ready to be passed out.
The Community-Based Transition Center is a program of around 26 Richland School District students ages 18 to 22. After a middle school non-perishable food drive and fundraising around the community for the perishable items, they had everything they needed for this year's turkey drive. All the food packed into 200 boxes.
We organized and sorted boxes, and we got so many people to help us put them in the line in the hallway.
Ready for families to pick up.
I would say they're grateful, and they are very thankful that they have something to provide their families and everybody else in their lives. And then we have cranberry sauce in here, and then like potato and gravy, so everything we need to make a Thanksgiving dinner is all in these boxes.
Families started to roll in, and those CBTC students and volunteers began to check families off the list. One student impacted from the Richland School District, Melanie.
We have enough food to survive, but we won't be able to get Thanksgiving without the help, and this is definitely going to be a massive help.
She says it's been a few years since she's had a full Thanksgiving meal.
There's a lot of people in line, so I hope that this helps more than just me.
And Chantel, a parent who says it's nice knowing she won't have to worry about anything this year.
For our family, it's just been a huge help. We're a one-income family. I have multiple sclerosis, I'm on disability, and we have a large family, a family of 6, and one income on a family of 6, and today's world is a little bit tighter to finagle everything. And so it's really just helps make sure that we get everything, and that we have everything, and that we're able to even share with others too.
The work-based learning coordinator from the CBTC, Scott Peepo, says it's not only a considerable act for the community with the students putting this together, but it also allows his students who rarely have an opportunity to be a part of a civic engagement and a team to do so.
All I can say, it was a lot to do and hard work, and it pays off after it's done.
The project, meaningful for those students who get to help their community and doubly impactful for the families who get an extra special Thanksgiving this year. In Richland, Riley Fitzgerald, Good Morning Northwest.
And next, the Transition Center will start working on operations or preparations for their bazaar in December. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, it was a big weekend for movies. Gladiator 2 and Wicked's combined name didn't take off like Barbenheimer did, but they did take off at the box office. We go over how they did this opening weekend in your entertainment news after the break.
At J-Day Boba and Cafe, every sip is a smile. With boba teas to freshly brewed coffee, we've got options for everyone. Grab a drink and Vietnamese food and enjoy. Order today. J-Day Boba and Cafe in Kennewick. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
From creating memories to finding the perfect gift, let us make this holiday season a little easier. Right now, save up to $60 on select AS battery sets. Happy holidays from Steel.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Apple Valley Eats.
All right, so my job here is the food and beverage executive chef. I've been here 10 years. Started off here as an entry-level cook. I was given the opportunity to step into the executive chef role, which is the position that I'm in. I've been in that position for about 6 years now, almost. What I do here, I handle not so much the day-to-day operations, but everything that goes into the menu planning, the SOPs for all of the cooks, recipes, ensuring all the recipes are all the same, the consistency, the vision of the food and beverage department as far as the aesthetics, what is it gonna look like, what does the food preparation look like. We have everything from catering, fast food, employee meals, which is a cafeteria style setting, and then obviously our bread and butter, what we do, a buffet here at Legends. What we like to do here is try to keep our team members happy, try to be versatile with them, try to be flexible, whatever needs that they may have. we try to accommodate. We do have childcare here on property, so if somebody needs to drop their kids off at childcare, that option's always there. You could come into our department with no experience at all, but we're gonna show you how to hold a knife, we're gonna show you how to cut vegetables, we're gonna show you how to cut meat, we're gonna show you how to use all the equipment. Is the comfort of knowing that I'm gonna have my consistent 40 hours a week. And that goes from everywhere from a dishwasher all the way up to my position. It's another benefit of working here at Legends. I like to think of it more as a career rather than a job.
At J-Day Boba and Cafe, every sip is a smile. With boba teas to freshly brewed coffee. We've got options for everyone. Grab a drink and Vietnamese food and enjoy. Order today. J-Day Boba and Cafe in Kennewick. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Baltimore battles the LA Chargers Monday Night Football tonight. Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, it was a big weekend for the box office.
That's right. Gladiator 2 and Wicked were two of the most anticipated films of the year. She has more to say about that one.
Oh, yeah.
And both did very well. Here's the latest on what's happening in Hollywood.
John M. Chu's lavish big-budget musical Wicked debuting with $114 million at movie box offices in the U.S. and another $164 million globally.
You will be my instrument. Who are you?
Ridley Scott's Gladiator 2 launching with $55.5 million in ticket sales. All other flicks were far behind. Red One in third place, earning $13.3 million.
And now, here's our host, Chuck Woolery.
Chuck Woolery, the affable, smooth-talking TV game show host of Love Connection, Scrabble, and the original host of Wheel of Fortune, has died at home in Texas at 83. That from Mark Young, who co-hosted a right-wing podcast with Woolery, who called him a friend, brother, and man of faith. Taylor Swift wrapped up her second-to-last city on the Eras Tour in Toronto and got emotional while thanking her crew and speaking about the tour coming to an end.
My band, my crew, all my fellow performers, we have put so much of our lives into this, and you've put so much of your lives into being with us tonight and to giving us that moment that we will never forget.
The record-breaking tour, which began in March 2023, wraps up in December in Vancouver. It's Christina Applegate's birthday, 53. She played Kelly Bundy in the sitcom Married with Children and won a Primetime Emmy Award for a guest role on Friends. Chuck Severson, ABC News.
Okay, like Josh said, I do have a lot to say about Wicked. I saw it this weekend. I am absolutely obsessed. I wasn't sure I was going to be one of those people that was obsessed with the soundtrack and the songs, but I am. It's been playing nonstop, so I'm going to encourage you to watch it, because you told me earlier that you probably won't, so.
Probably not. I'm not a big musical guy, but I can be convinced.
Yes, and I will convince you.
Sure.
Eventually. Let's email him and convince him to watch it. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30, changes are well underway at Vista Field in Kennewick as construction begins for the first sector. And one of the places opening up is a Japanese restaurant. We hear from the owner on what we can expect. It's all in the next half hour. But first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Siri is getting a revamp. Apple is testing an AI-powered upgrade to make its assistant more conversational and intuitive. The goal is to make Siri more natural and competitive with ChatGPT and Google's AI. A full rollout is expected by 2026. Next, new regulations are on the way for digital payment apps, including Apple Pay, PayPal, and Cash App. The new government rule will require apps handling over $50 million in transactions a year to follow stricter privacy and fraud protection laws, similar to banks. Federal officials say the rule will help to protect consumer safety. Finally, a new tool for gamers may be on the way. Microsoft is testing Edge Game Assist, an in-game browser that finds tips and guides without pausing the action. It's promising support for more titles over time. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day.
I'm the team mascot, and boy, am I running late. But I got lead in my foot and spirit in my fingers. Oh, what a hit. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, the cost to cover that might tank your season. So get Allstate, save money on auto insurance, and be protected from mayhem, like me. Woo!
Are you tired of your hair breaking after waiting years for it to grow? New Pantene with more pro vitamins plus biotin and collagen repairs as well as the leading luxury bonding brand. Stronger, healthier hair without the $60 price tag. If you know it's Pantene.
A wide leaf filter? It's well designed, efficient. I appreciate that.
Leaf Filter's technology keeps debris out of your gutters for good. Guaranteed. Schedule your free gutter inspection now and save up to 35% with Leaf Filter's Black Friday deals.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
Hi, Josh. It is Thanksgiving week. What are you most excited about when it comes to Thanksgiving dinner?
Thanksgiving dinner. I love mac and cheese.
Okay, that's also one of my favorites. And some people don't think that's a Thanksgiving dish, but it absolutely is.
It is. It's integral. Now, to be fair, like it's an all-year dish.
Yeah.
Like yams aren't an all-year dish.
Right.
Mac and cheese is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And do you have any plans for Thanksgiving this week?
I think we have to work on Thanksgiving, so that throws a little bit of a wrench into it. But the weather looks like it's going to cooperate. Travel conditions should be pretty good, and it should be drying out. Let's go ahead and take a look at the temperatures for right now. We have temperatures in the mid to upper 30s in the valleys. We're in the mid 30s in the basin and a little bit warmer in the foothills with low to mid 40s. So if you did have to break out the ice scraper this morning, I'm thinking for right now the best odds of that would be either in the Yakima Valley or in the lower Columbia Basin. Right now, the fog is starting to become a little bit more widespread down into the Yakima Valley, into the lower Columbia Basin, and also up in the Cascades. So in these areas, you would want to take it slow if you're hitting the roadways, and you would want to use the low beams. We are seeing some very light showers this morning in the Blue Mountains, also up in the Cascades. These are snow showers in elevations above 3,000 feet. They'll be raising up to around 3,500 feet a little bit later in the day. And there is a very low-end chance that we could also see some showers in lower elevations. You can see a 10% chance throughout the day. So the odds of you needing the umbrella throughout the day in the Tri-Cities would be a pretty low-end chance. So for today, it's going to be seasonal. It's going to be cool, mostly dry for lower elevations, but I'll take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, for the 16th year, Benton County reigned in National Adoption Day with an important ceremony with two families finalizing their adoptions. Now, Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald introduces us to one family who's cared for their newly adopted son since he was just a week old.
While outside, it was dreary, cold, and rainy. Inside the Benton County Justice Center, it was anything but. Tender, warm, light, and so very important.
Not always do people walk into a courtroom and see so many smiles.
Correct. Or children. Children are normally not allowed. Cookies and kids in courtrooms don't really mix. So it's a very special informal ceremony for today.
At Benton and Franklin County's National Adoption Day, two families are checking off day one out of a lifetime of change.
We have more than 9,200 children in Washington state that are currently living in foster care. About 1,300 of these children are legally free right now to be adopted into new families.
The first adoption finalized, a step family, where a stepdad became the legal father of a young girl. Then the second, a foster adoption. Jay ended up with the Kaufman family at just 7 days old. Now, nearly 5 years later, he's a Kaufman.
This little boy, we felt very strongly that God gave him to us and that he was supposed to be a part of our family. And as time went on, that proved itself to be more and more the case.
Audrey Kaufman explains it was her father who was really the one to inspire her to become a foster mom.
He just always taught us that to whom much is given, much is required. And I was given so much, and I just felt like I've been given so much, I should be giving back from what I've been given.
Kaufman explains Jay is silly and getting more witty as he's grown. He loves to sing and draw and play. Guest speaker John Rosenau is the Franklin County Assessor.
Times have changed an awful lot on adoption. I'm going to get a little choked up. Because nearly 70 years ago, I was adopted.
He says back then everything about adoption was hush-hush. No one talked about it.
But I was raised by a family that from the time that I can remember didn't hide the fact that I was adopted.
Rose now went on to adopt children too.
It is a special thing, adoption.
It's a special thing, but that doesn't necessarily mean it takes a special person. Kaufman says it just takes a willing heart to do the hard stuff and give these kids a safe place to be. In Benton County, Riley Fitzgerald, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, there were resources at National Adoption Day, like the Children's Developmental Center, Coordinated Care Health, and Unaccompanied Refugee Minor Foster Care. And now, switching gears to talk about another thing going on, the executive director of the Pitbull Pen is resigning. Trish Trickett has spent 12 years building the organization and advocating for the dogs in the community. The Pitbull Pen says the shelter transitioned to foster-based care only on November 14th of this year, and its facility is no longer in use. Amber Hall will be available for any dog-related care, including medical assistance, behavioral support, and guidance for fosters. Turning to Yakima, Yakima's community Christmas tree has arrived downtown, now standing in the middle of Millennium Plaza across from the Capitol Theater. And the tree is about 25 feet tall, donated by Yakima area residents Barry and Jan Rosenkrantz. And this is their second time in a year that they've donated. The community is invited to come out and help decorate the tree on Wednesday, November 27th. The official tree lighting ceremony will be on December 1st at the end of the holiday market, and the annual lighted parade will also be on Sunday, December 1st.
I think that's the most exciting part for me, is being able to flip the switch, light it up, and make it happen. That's a great feeling inside, knowing that the things that you're able to do for your community.
The holiday market will be from 2 to 6, featuring local vendors and live music, followed by the lighted parade and the tree lighting. Now, ground is moving at Vista Field in Kennewick. At the former airfield, the plan is to create a regional town center at Vista Field, and the construction for the first private sector business has begun. Kuki Izakaya will be a restaurant serving Japanese and Korean food as well as cocktails. Owner Isabel Na, who owns 2 local restaurants in Richland, says she wants to grow culture within the community and become a part of people's special moments.
Think about your special moment. Food is always with us. Your wedding, even like giving birth. The husband, they come to my sushi restaurant and they order lots of sashimi and sushi roll and for their wives. So it's actually always with us. Like first date or date night or birthday party or events like today, food is always with us, and I want to be a part of your life.
The Japanese restaurant is set to open in September or October of next year, and the Port of Kennewick anticipates for more groundbreakings to happen during the spring. The Vista Field project has been going on for years, and the port says while they don't always do things right now, they've been committed to doing things right. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Thanksgiving is on Thursday, and many of you will be spending the day preparing a turkey. But according to the USDA, one common preparation may be doing more harm than good. We go over what that is after the break.
Baltimore battles the LA Chargers Monday Night Football tonight. Apple Valley News Now.
Celebrate the season at Walla Walla's Holiday Barrel Weekend, December 6th through the 8th. Enjoy wine straight from the barrel, festive markets, charming shops, and the dazzling parade of lights. It's the perfect holiday weekend for the whole family. Visit Walla Walla December 6th through the 8th and taste the season.
This Black Friday, why just shop when you can play? At Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos, we're dropping the beat and the prices on Yamaha pianos. Whether you're a seasoned maestro or just learning your scales, we've got the perfect piano for you. From show-stopping grands to space-saving uprights, and even digital models packed with features. Come on down to Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos in the Richland Uptown Mall or in the Columbia Center Mall. Hurry, sale ends Friday. Dickerson's. Life's more fun when you know how to play.
This winter, escape to the mountains of Leavenworth with Beaver Valley Lodge, where fresh snow blankets the world and adventure is just outside your door. From skiing Plain Valley ski trails to peaceful snowshoe trails, the choices are endless. After a day in the snow, Return to Beaver Valley Lodge to warm up by the fire, sip hot cocoa, and let your worries melt away. Book your winter getaway today at Beaver Valley Lodge, where you come as a guest and leave as a friend.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a rugged new Passport, Pilot with available all-wheel drive, and the powerful Ridgeline. So don't wait. Turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, West Richland, Pasco, and Hermiston. It's time to start thinking of gifts for your friends and family. Smoke City for Less has all kinds of great ideas, like favorite character bags, trays, accessories, candles, and incense. And if your loved one is hard to shop for, get them a gift card so they can get what they want. Lowest prices and the largest selection of vape mods and the best batteries, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. Check them out this season. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Celebrate the season at Walla Walla's Holiday Barrel Weekend, December 6th through the 8th. Enjoy wine straight from the barrel, festive markets, charming shops, and the dazzling parade of lights. It's the perfect holiday weekend for the whole family. Visit Walla Walla December 6th through the 8th and taste the season.
It's a night you don't want to miss.
Who will win it all on the finale of Dancing with the Stars? Bravo!
5 couples remain.
Watch and vote live.
This is how you do it.
The Dancing with the Stars finale, live Tuesday.
It's a night you don't want to miss.
Who will win it all on the finale of Dancing with the Stars? Bravo!
5 couples remain.
Watch and vote live.
This is how you do it.
The Dancing with the Stars finale, live Tuesday.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's take you on a tour of today's forecast. We're going to start off in Kittitas County, where these highs are going to end up in the upper 30s to mid 40s. We should have the best coverage of showers up in the Cascades for today. Snow levels bouncing between 3,000 and 3,500 feet. Should be light winds overall. Then in the Yakima Valley, mostly dry for today. Can't rule out a shower or two. These highs are going to end up in the low to mid 40s. Also light winds overall. Then in the lower Columbia Basin, also light winds. Highs in the mid 40s, mid to upper 40s. 48 for Umatilla and Hermiston and Boardman. Should be mostly dry here. Can't rule out a shower or two. Definitely some better chances of showers for the Blue Foothills and Blue Mountains. These highs up around 50 degrees, although will be a little bit cooler in the higher terrain of Meacham and Ukiah with low to mid 40s. These winds gusting out of the south and southeast upwards of 20 miles per hour, with the fastest wind gusts being in the higher terrain. Okay, now let's talk about the big picture, and instead of showing you what we're expecting before after the storm system, this next couple of days isn't necessarily going to be the wettest setup we've ever seen. So I just wanted to touch base in regards to what we're looking at right now with rainfall deficits and surpluses since October 1st. It's all green on this graphic, which means we're running deficits, or excuse me, we're running surpluses across the map. Surpluses, green, good stuff. Okay, then for the snowpack, also running surpluses across the map in all of our basins. So very good stuff. Unfortunately, I think these numbers might take a hit with some drier weather on the way, but that's good news if you have to travel for the holidays. More on that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, Thanksgiving will soon be here, and that means many of us will spend hours preparing a turkey dinner. One thing you don't want to bring to the holiday table is food poisoning. Consumer Reports reveals the one thing many of us get wrong that could make our guests seriously sick.
Rinsing off the bird is what many of us do with our Thanksgiving turkeys before they hit the oven. Spoiler alert, according to Consumer Reports and the USDA, rinsing won't make your poultry any safer. In fact, you may be doing more harm than good.
Rinsing raw poultry won't eliminate salmonella or other harmful bacteria that can make you sick. Only cooking it to 165 degrees can do that. However, what rinsing will do is increase the chances of cross-contamination in your kitchen.
That's because bacteria can easily spread to the sink, faucet, countertop, you name it. It's something home cook Marina Farrow has known for years.
I don't like washing a turkey because
I'm very scared of contamination. I don't like to put it in the sink. I don't like to splash anything because it just gets everywhere.
So how should you prep your turkey? First, wash your hands for at least 20 seconds with soap and warm water. If you want to remove the raw turkey slime, pat the bird with a damp paper towel, discard it, and then immediately wash your hands again. And then
I season it the way I want it, and I put it into the tray, and it goes into the oven.
And here's another warning. Be careful of those spice containers. Research has shown they can be covered in bacteria, which can easily spread to your hands and then the food you're preparing. To play it safe, Consumer Reports recommends pouring seasonings into a separate dish beforehand and discard what you don't use. You may also want to wipe down the containers after use. And don't forget to wash your hands before and after you check that online recipe. Research has found your phone may be teeming with bacteria that can travel to everything you touch, including food. This is Jaima Crespo.
And a reminder to be mindful of your sponges too. Hotbeds of bacteria those are, and sanitize them in a dishwasher or microwave wet ones for 1 minute. And if they start to smell, that's your cue to throw them away. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, egg prices are significantly up from just 1 year ago. With the details and more of your top stories coming up in your morning sprint. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your phone weather forecast. Keep it here. We will be right back.
In a world where every customer wins, only one event will completely change the vehicle shopping experience for Eastern Washington. The competition is fierce, but the rewards are all yours. Because when we push the limits, you drive away with more. This is an all-out battle for sales supremacy as all McCurley locations compete to provide you with the best experience, the vehicle you've been waiting for. Will you find your way home? Hurry in today and save big before the countdown ends.
Save on a new Subaru Crosstrek today during the 2024 Subaru Share the Love event from McCurley Subaru.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,850 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show. Be the first to see our all-new grand floating Christmas tree, with holiday getaways starting at only $246.
Deck the halls with pies so jolly. This holiday season, Pie Sharks has the perfect sweet and savory mini pies to bring cheer to your table. We have lots of flavors to choose from, and right now our pies are bursting with festive flavors. Grab a dozen, share a smile, and make the holidays deliciously unique. Delivery and pickup orders available, or visit us at 110 South 4th Avenue in Pasco, where every pie is a little holiday surprise. Pie Sharks, take a bite.
Kraken Ducks tonight on MeTV. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a cool day. It's going to be a seasonal day. Our highs are going to end up in the 40s. The best chances of showers are going to be in the foothills and in the mountains. Wind should be pretty light overall, except they'll gust out of the south and southeast upwards of 20 miles per hour in the Blue Mountains. And then for tonight, it's going to be cold. We're going to have lows down into the 20s and 30s. You'll probably have to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing for portions of the lower Columbia Basin, but for most of the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. And at this point, wet weather will be a little bit more widespread. We'll show you that with Futurecast in just a second. For right now, just some very light snow showers up in the Cascades and Blues and elevations about 3,000 feet. Snow levels up to around 3,500 feet a little bit later in the day. So we'll put this into motion with Futurecast. We'll stop this right at lunchtime. You can see again the best coverage today is going to be for the foothills and for the mountains. But then as we head into the evening, it gets a little bit more interesting. Some of this could become a bit more widespread, starting to get into the basin. And again, just ridiculing the foothills and the mountains. But then as we head into tomorrow, it's essentially going to be the same setup. The best coverage once again in the foothills and the mountains, although overall a little bit drier into tomorrow. Here's some of the water totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours. And again, it's going to be the foothills and the mountains that'll see the best coverage, but anywhere between 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of water. Not that impressive. And then we'll have less than 1/10 of an inch for the valleys and for the basin. Snow levels between 2,000 to 3,500 feet over the next 48 hours. So here's some of the snowfall totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours. Just a couple inches for our Cascade passes, maybe an inch for the Battle Mountain Summit and for Cabbage Hill, and anywhere between 4 to 6 inches for Tollgate at Oregon 204. You can see overall we're going to be trending much drier into Thanksgiving Day, also much colder. We'll be about 5 degrees below average for Thanksgiving Day. We could struggle to make it out of the 30s in the Tri-Cities, and we'll likely be in the 30s come time for the weekend. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small shower chances Monday and Tuesday, dry past Wednesday and turning colder by Thanksgiving. Then for Yakima, maybe a shower for Monday, but dry for Tuesday and beyond, with highs hovering around 40 for Thursday through Sunday. Then for Ellensburg, a shower is possible for Monday, dry past Tuesday, with highs struggling to make it out of the 30s for Thursday and beyond. In Hermiston, small chances for wet weather today and tomorrow, dry for Wednesday, and after that with colder temps for Turkey Day. Then for Walla Walla, roughly 50-50 shower chances Monday and Tuesday, dry for Thanksgiving, and maybe a flurry for the morning of Black Friday.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 5:51. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour. We're going to start off with the top 5 local stories that you need to know this morning. 2 people were charging concert goers at the Toyota Center on Saturday for parking in a gravel lot across the street, but Kennewick Police says they weren't employees working the event. If you were one of those people charged, KPD is asking that you contact them. Officers arrested one of the suspects, Denixon Duarte de Villa, at the scene, but they are still looking for the second person. The College Place Police Department is asking for the public's help in finding the person responsible for a burglary at Cost Less Carpet. It happened Friday morning on the 800 block of Northeast Rose Street. A safe with thousands of dollars inside was taken from the store. If you have any information, call College Place PD. The executive director of the Pitbull Pen is resigning. Trish Trickett has spent 12 years working for the organization. The shelter transitioned to foster-based care recently on November 14th, and its facility is no longer in use. Amber Hall will be available if you need help with any dog-related care. The City of Pasco will be laying a wreath for each fallen hero at City View Cemetery on December 13th at 11 a.m. This is for wreaths across America, but the city needs your help in reaching its goal of sponsoring 1,000 wreaths this year. The last day to sponsor a wreath is tomorrow, and if you want to volunteer to lay a wreath, visit our website. Yakima's community Christmas tree has arrived in downtown. It's in the middle of Millennium Plaza, across from the Capitol Theater. The community is invited to come out and help decorate the tree this Wednesday, but the official tree lighting ceremony will be on December 1st at the end of the holiday market, and the annual lighted parade will follow on that same day, and the holiday market takes place from 2 to 6. In your national headlines this morning, officials say a ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hezbollah, the Lebanon-based militant group, is, quote, very close. The U.S. and Israel are proposing a 60-day pause in the fighting that some hope will result in a lasting ceasefire. The Lebanese Health Ministry estimates more than 3,000 people have died since Israel stepped up its campaign against Hezbollah in September. Analysts say Hezbollah is under domestic pressure to end the fighting and possibly pressure from Iran, too. Nearly 80 million people will travel this holiday week, which is up 1.7 million from 2023. And that's according to AAA. 71 million of those will choose to drive instead, or instead of fly, that is, because gas prices have lowered to below $3 a gallon for the first time since 2021. Meanwhile, airfares are hovering around $280 round trip, which is up 9% from last year, and that's according to the travel site Hopper. In your business news, egg prices are up more than 30% in October from just a year ago, according to the Consumer Price Index. A spike in avian flu and the upcoming holiday season are combining to make the problem even worse. Officials say rising prices could affect other egg-based items like mayonnaise and pasta. Sugar Foods is recalling its fresh gourmet tortilla strips Santa Fe style because batches of the product became contaminated with wheat. Consumers with the wheat allergy might get a serious or life-threatening reaction if they eat the tortilla strips. The product being recalled has a best use date of June 20th, 2025. And it's official, Campbell's Soup shareholders have agreed to allow the company to drop soup from its name. It'll now be known as the Campbell's Company, and leaders say soup is now a smaller part of the sales and that there is more to the company. Campbell's owns a variety of snacks and foods, including Goldfish, Pepperidge Farms, and Snyder's of Hanover. In your health news, the CDC says it's safe to eat boar's head deli meat again as the deadly listeria outbreak is over. It's been 2 months since the last reported illness. There were 60 hospitalizations from the outbreak across 19 states. 10 people died as a result. And for the company, one of its plants is permanently closed. It also discounted its liverwurst products, one of the sources that was of the illness. All right, trending this morning, cooking contests are fairly common these days, but one competition held in Idaho last week definitely stood out for the unusual ingredients that participants used in their dishes. What was it, Josh?
Well, the event was held at the Museum of Idaho in Idaho Falls last Friday. Since Thanksgiving is just days away, organizers tasked people to come up with the best Bugsgiving side dishes.
Oh,
Yum.
that's right. These dishes included different insects. Oh gosh. And that tested the culinary skills of some participants as they created items that either included crickets, mealworms, or black ants. No.
The judges tried out the dishes.
Ew.
I don't know why. And the winner was the cook who created jalapeno cornbread topped with honey and crickets. My favorite.
I think we need to do like a brain scan on them. Just kidding. Oh. Well, also trending, a giant balloon of a fat dog got stuck between two buildings in downtown Chicago yesterday, but this was on purpose to send a message.
The pet food company Iams launched this dog-shaped balloon named Waylon in the downtown area to draw attention to canine obesity.
So he was stuck between two hotels, the Virgin Hotel and the Hotel Monaco.
Iams says 59% of U.S. dogs are overweight.
And Iams says the balloon also featured a QR code that people could scan, which would take them to the Iams Healthy Weight Dog Hub, where they could learn more about how to keep their pets healthy. And when I first saw that, I just thought like they were just trying to wave it through the city, but that it got stuck. But no, that was on purpose. They stuck it there.
I want to know that metric, 59% of dogs in the U.S. are overweight. What about cats? Because my cat she is hungry.
Is she
she's
a fat
not.
cat? Okay.
No, she's not very fat, but she's so vocal when it's time to eat.
Yeah, my cat's a little vocal too. But does she eat other items like foods, human foods?
No, I don't let her.
Okay, yeah. No. My cat, even if you give her human food, she just no thanks.
Yeah.
So,
dogs, it's a different story. I love the human food. Yeah.
Well, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, severe weather struck Oregon and Washington recently, and one University of Washington student is thankful to be alive after a tree fell onto his car. We have that story coming up in our 6 o'clock hour.
And our weather is definitely a lot quieter as opposed to last week. I'll tell you what that means coming up at 6.